our part 1 of the Trotter Terrine video, I showed you how to make a free-form Trotter Terrine using plastic wrap, and at the end, I held it just like this, and it was much more bendy than it is now, and it's definitely firmed up over the course of 30 days. Now here, I'm going to slice a small slice so we can check out the cross-section, and because of the optional ingredient, which was the transglutamase, it holds together much more cohesively like a singular piece of meat than shredded meat that was compressed together. Now you can still get this effect for the most part if you serve it cold, but if you want to serve it warm, the transglutamase will help hold it together during the cooking process. So here I'm cutting a large medallion, and this is going to be cooked. And the way I like to cook it, and this is less of a recipe and more of a just demonstration of how to cook this piece of meat, I'm going to actually spread on a little bit of Dijon mustard on both sides, and then I'm going to dust it in panko breadcrumbs, and this is going to give a nice crisp texture and a nice golden brown when I go to sear it off. So here I'm just dropping it into a hot pan that has some cooking oil in it, and I'm going to just let it sit there until it gets a nice golden brown on both sides. And once I flip it, I'm going to pop it into a 450 to 500 degree oven, and then in a separate pan on the stovetop, I'm going to start roasting some shallots, which will act as my base. To this, I'm going to add some fava beans, because at the time of shooting this video, they were in season, and a nice knob of butter, because more butter, more better. And I'm going to just saute this around, and here I'm having some sliced heirloom carrots, and eventually I'm going to wilt in some frisee, because the frisee is a nice bitter green, and when it wilts in, it's going to make this more of a cohesive base, and it's also going to add a nice bite to the salad. Now this can be any sort of base that you wish, but this is just how I'm serving it on this day. Now I'm going to drop the whole mixture directly into the center of a plate, and this will be the underliner for the Trotter Terrine. Take the Trotter Terrine out of the oven, place it on top, and I'm going to sauce it with a little bit of a veal demi-glace or a pan reduction sauce, which will be a separate video for a lot of these techniques in the show notes, including the fava beans and the heirloom baby carrots and the sauce. Now the Trotter Terrine is also great served chilled, and here I'm just adding a little bit of grain mustard to our house vinaigrette. To that, I'm going to add some frisee, some pickled red onions, and this is, again, what I like to eat with my charcuterie, and it helps to cut the richness and saltiness of a cured meat product. Going to lay 3 thin slices of the Trotter Terrine right on top, and then dress with a little bit of reduced balsamic. For more information on this technique and all the other techniques discussed in this video to put this dish together, head on over to stellaculinary.com/HCC4.